Good morning. This is Teresa Nikas, and this is today's Quiet Echo. I spent an hour this morning writing 4 sentences. Just 4. They were the little praise lines meant to make a person want the thing being sold, and I was fussing over every last word, the way I always do. And somewhere in all the fussing, I wrote down the trade word for what I was making. And it stopped me cold, because I happened to know exactly where the word came from. I know the man who made it up, and the year, and the very dinner where he did it. The word is blurb, and once you start noticing, you cannot stop. Nerd was invented by a children's author in a rhyme in 1950. Chortle was built by Lewis Carroll out of a chuckle and a snort. Robot came out of a stage play. Every one of them was once brand new, once a little ridiculous, once somebody's odd private coinage the rest of us had to be talked into. And now they are just words. We say them without a thought, never guessing they had a birthday, and a maker, and a first nervous day out in the world. Back in 1907, a humorist named Gelett Burgess was invited to the yearly dinner of the American Booksellers Association. Now, it was the custom at these dinners for the author guests to hand out copies of their newest books, and Burgess, being a humorist, could not resist a joke. He printed up a mock cover for his book, the sort of gushing, breathless praise the novel jackets already wore, and on it he drew a swooning young woman he named Miss Belinda Blurb, caught in the very act of blurbing. It was a parody. He was poking fun at empty praise, at the puffery publisher's slap on a cover to move a few more copies. He invented the word purely to mock the thing, and here is the part I cannot get over, sitting at my desk more than 100 years later. The joke got away from him. The word was simply too good. The publishers heard it, and instead of being stung by it, they picked it right up. The New York Times printed it the same spring, and within 7 years, by 1914, blurb was not a joke anymore. It had become the word, the plain, neutral, everyday name for the thing in every publishing house in the country. Nobody recalled it was ever a wisecrack. Nobody recalled poor Belinda at all. It had quietly become a word like any other. Now, let me be honest with you about something, because I am an editor, and honesty is the whole job. Most made-up words do not do what blurb did. Most of them die. For every coinage which climbs into the dictionary, there is a great silent graveyard of clever words somebody invented at a desk or a dinner. Words which got said once or twice, and were then never said again. Blurb did not survive because it was clever. Plenty of clever words are dead. Blurb survived because people kept saying it. And there, right there, is the difference between a word and a wisecrack nobody remembers. I tell you all of this because we did the very same thing this month, here at this little paper, and I would like you to watch what happens next. We made up a word. We call the piece we send you each morning a fictorial, a made-up story with every fact inside it true. We coined it just a few weeks ago, and if you are hearing my voice right now, you are catching it at the exact stage blurb was in on the night of the 1907 dinner. Brand new, a little embarrassed, not in any dictionary, waiting to find out whether it will be laughed off or taken up or simply forgotten like all those words in the graveyard. And here is the part nobody ever teaches you. The part I had backwards for most of my life as an editor. I used to believe words came down to us, handed down from the dictionary, from the scholars, from the authorities on high. Well, blurb taught me the truth of it. Words do not come down. Words come up, from a joke at a dinner, from one mouth and then a second mouth and then 1,000 mouths, until one fine day the dictionary looks up and notices what ordinary people have already been saying for years, and it hurries to write the thing down. The dictionary is not the source. The dictionary is the last to know. A word does not need my permission to begin, or anyone's blessing. It needs a maker, which ours already has, and after the maker, it needs one thing more. It needs you. Blurb had 7 years, and a whole trade full of people saying it. Fictorial has a few weeks, and it has you, and truly nothing else. There is the entire machinery of it. There is no other engine anywhere. A word lives for one reason only. Because ordinary people, for no better reason than a simple liking for it, keep saying it aloud until the day it stops sounding invented. You do not have to go to a museum to watch a word be born. You are holding one right now. And I will tell you, as someone who has spent a whole working life among words already old when I met them, it is a rare and lovely thing to be present at the birth of one. Most people never notice it happening. You get to, and better than notice it, you get a vote. Say it once out loud to somebody, and you will have done for Fictorial the very thing some forgotten bookseller once did for Blurb at a dinner in 1907, never once dreaming he was making history out of a joke. The front porch is open. Have you used the word fictorial yet, out loud, in a sentence, on somebody who did not see it coming? Come and tell us where and whether they blinked, and if we get something wrong, tell us, and we will run the correction. The readers of the Cedar Valley News are gathering to share their stories and keep company with respect and no party lines. Come sit with us. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Teresa Nikas, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the town of Cedar Valley is fictional, the history of the word blurb is real. The American humorist Gelett Burgess coined it in 1907 for the annual dinner of the American Booksellers Association, printing a mock book jacket featuring a gushing young woman he named Miss Belinda Blurb, as a parody of overblown promotional praise. The New York Times reported the coinage the same spring. Publishers adopted the word, and by 1914, it was standard publishing vocabulary. The words nerd, chortle, and robot were likewise coined by particular writers before passing into common use. Sources include Merriam-Webster, the Library of Congress, and the New York Times.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.